y'all. So thank you guys so much for your love and your support, and just how amazing that y'all have been thus far. And yes, not only am I reunited with my little baby butts, okay, but we are finally taking my child's father to trial. Yes, we are. In a little over a month here for his withholding nonsense. I really seriously thank you guys for your support. I thank you guys for how you all have, been just really active. Like, I know that my channel, like, you guys have always, like, held me down. Like, y'all, it doesn't matter. Regardless of how people perceive me, I always receive, like, a tremendous amount of support on this channel. And I am blessed, and I am very grateful for it. And I cannot tell you all how ecstatic I am, how relieved I am, and how blessed and grateful I am to be in this position now after what I've endured for the past few months, because it was really intense. And I know that it was intentional. And it's amazing to finally have the courts willing to hear what actually happened, instead of, my child's father just, brushing it off, covering it up, manipulating, lying, finessing, all this stuff. It's about time that what he spewed out has, like, caught up to him in time after being so low frequency for so damn long, child. I mean, at this point, it's a choice. It's a choice. But hey, the truth always prevails. It always does. Even if it takes a while, the truth literally always prevails. So yes, I wanted to do like a formal video, but y'all know I don't have much time for that. A lot of running around and everything, and y'all know I'm prepping for school and everything of September and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, but I want y'all to really, if anything, a few things actually. I want you guys to one, just observe everything that's gone on with me, and just use it as a reminder in your own life to never be afraid of the truth. No matter how deep, dark, ugly, you cannot care what other people think or perceive or whatever, and to keep your mindset strong through everything, because seriously, everything in life at the end of the day is mindset. Okay, it takes a very strong mindset to make it through predicaments and circumstances of this nature. And one thing, you got to really be aware so you can keep track of everything, so you can be able to, tell your story, especially when you're dealing with people who are trying to take advantage of you, like how I told you all in my stream and in the video I made about my child's father. Like, literally when I was sick, this dude tried to default the fucking case. Bro, I have to laugh at it now because it's so damn asinine, but I really thank God that everything's, like, catching up. And to be real, like, it doesn't even matter, like, what happens in the trial. Like, I don't even really care about the whole win or lose. It's the fact that he will finally have to sit with his decisions, his actions, and come face to face with what he's done, and have to look at me, including everyone else, in the eye as to why he did it. And for people who hate accountability, people who, finesse narratives and manipulate and stir up shit like this, like, accountability is like death to them. And because, when people move this crooked, they feel justified, right? Like, they feel entitled. They feel unstoppable. And they can be so obsessed and so focused on, trying to tear you down and get reactions out of you and throw digs and do this and do that and da da da. And every little goddamn thing you do bothers them because you're just on such a high frequency, they can't reach you anymore energetically. And that's what the fuck is going on. But, none of that shit gets to me. If anything, it just makes me very relieved that the truth will indeed be heard, and he's gonna have to sit in it. And I'm well prepared. I have all of my evidence and everything. And obviously, even I've been documenting some of my stuff here, and I'm really happy I came on my channel and spoke my truth. And it's honestly, like, you guys know, I've never given a fuck about coming on my channel and just being real with y'all, regardless of if I'm in the trenches, regardless of if I'm, like, actually spiraling. I never cared. But I'll tell you one thing, as I've ascended, I've carried myself a lot better. And I know you all have seen it and have witnessed it as well. So, you gotta take it for what it is and just be grateful for what it is. But never allow people to think that they're really getting one over on you. And never be afraid to stand in your truth and call things out. And just because you may not feel heard or seen or validated at first does not mean that you will not be seen, heard, or validated at all. Okay? It's two completely different things. And you can't allow the misperception of, oh my God, this is going against me. Because if you really do embody the mindset of there's nothing against you, you will find a solution to every conflict. I promise you. And that brings me to my second thing. I'm going to bring awareness to this because I'm going to be really popping off about this on Traumatized Girly. Because, girl, did you know that there's a whole movement right now about custody battles and cases and women who've gone through exactly what I'm going through, right? With the post-separation abuse where they try to do a whole, custody case. They lie on you. They try to weaponize, your rebuilding circumstances against you to, utilize it as a way to say that you're unfit and all these things, right? And it's fucking crazy. It's honestly like a textbook tactic. It's wild. There is a whole movement right now of women, and there's even a woman speaking out about this publicly. Like, she's an advocate. She's a public advocate. Brandy X. Lee. And I know I posted that one video about that from that woman saying that a shift is happening. It's because I want to start bringing more awareness to this because a lot of people are calling out the due process issues, how the courts are crooked, how some of these men, especially if they have money, they will utilize their family and the funds to, choose attorneys and judges that know each other and their own little network to frame cases however they want. And so it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult for you to be on the defense to prove your side, which is why you got to stay on top of your receipts. You just got to. I mean, I don't care how long you're sitting on them for. I mean, I've been sitting on mine for months, and I'm finally, going to be able to broadcast and take this to trial and finally confront him with this in about a month, which is amazing, right? But some women don't have it as easy, right? And some kids, and some women don't even get their damn kids back, bro, like at all, because the guy has, painted such a crazy narrative. So you got to be careful out here. On TikTok, there's a lot of women talking about how not only the same thing happened to them, but they're calling out the court cases. And there are more advocacy groups and women advocates who are trying to actually make a change. I know in Arizona right now, people are testifying, trying to draw attention to everything that's been taking place within the court systems for way too long, especially with the due process stuff and just how people manipulate narratives and all that. And I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. Like, I didn't even know that what I'm going through is like a part of a whole movement right now. So if you are a woman who's gone through the same thing or going through the same thing, because I remember even in my live stream, and like, y'all have been a part of my audience for years, even that live stream that I did, a lot of y'all have gone through the same shit. And I'm like, dude, how prevalent is this? Like, how common is this, dude? Like, I had no idea, but of course I wouldn't. I mean, this is my first baby. This is my first, everything. So it's like, I had no clue, dude. I no clue. Like, obviously I've heard things about the court system and things like that, but y'all know I'm not all up in that type of mess. And normally, girl, when I go to court, it's because we're on the criminal side. Like, honestly, like let's be real. Like, when I go to court, I'm pressing criminal charges on somebody somewhere at some time. Like, so that's a quick wham bam, thank you ma'am. Criminal court and family court are two totally different procedures, two totally different process. And bitch, it's crazy because family court, it's sad. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of like procedural delay stuff. There's a lot, like, every little thing has to be motioned. Every little thing. It's crazy how dramatic it is, and it's supposed to be family court. It's like, there's literal children involved. Like, that's like sick. You know what I mean? Like, I can't vibe with it. I can't. But go and check out Brandy X. Lee. Go and look up women who are talking about custody battles and due process violations, and getting custody of their kids and the post-separation abuse. tactics that these men, like literally you can just like search the hashtag, that's all you got to do, that these men use. And it seems like so many men had the same pattern of behavior. Like so many women were threatened when they were pregnant, just like how I was. So many men, they showed patterns during the relationship. And of course, you know, a lot of women, because we want our families to work, we try to stay and work. But I mean, to what point can you stay? Like at some point you do have to go, especially when your life's in danger, or if the environment's endangering your children, right? Like, it's sad. And some women don't even make it out because the guy, you know, takes them up out of here, man. It's a sad world that, you know, we observe these days. But protect yourselves, protect your energy, and, you know, just, you know, gain and spread awareness about this. Like, that's just exactly what I'm doing. I'm blessed that this has worked out the way it is. I'm blessed to finally be reunited with my baby after missing my little butt for so long. And yes, you know, we already made up for that birthday. We already took care of that. So nothing is ever truly lost. And I count my blessings, but it's so real out here. But thank you guys for your support. Thank you all for your love. And I'm going to be on Traumatized early, but I do love you guys, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next one.